The OnePlus 12 has pretty much turned 6 months old, and I'm here to give you guys a quick update and tell you how this phone has been treating me. I'll try to keep this video short, and I'll just give you guys my true and honest thoughts so I don't waste your time and tell you guys something that you might have already seen, well, 6 months ago when the phone first came out. The OnePlus 12 is in my rotation of phones that I always use, and there is such a good reason for that. In fact, I actually took it to Washington, D.C. Over last weekend, I believe, for my just little weekend trip. This phone just, it just shocks me every single time I use it. I mean, just from its awesome features to its incredible performance, both with its Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 along with the camera, this phone kinda has it all, for much less than its competition, by the way. You can get this phone on Amazon for $699, which is crazy to think about. I mean, honestly. This phone, I truly feel like, is the one to beat, not just because of what it offers, but it just checks all the boxes that makes a great smartphone, well, great. So let's go ahead and talk about this display. It is a large 6.8-inch AMOLED display that, of course, goes up to 120 Hz. And, you know, considering its price tag, it is very impressive that this phone has the Gorilla Glass Victus 2, which is the latest for its protection. There are absolutely no scratches anywhere on the display, but even more impressive is the actual tech. This display gets brighter than any mobile display that I've used, which not only makes it great for taking photos and videos outside on a bright sunny day because you can actually see the display, but it also makes for a fantastic movie watching experience. This phone is even perfect for those that have eye sensitivity towards OLED displays because the PWM is extremely high, which means, of course, less eye strain over time. Now, even though the display on the OnePlus 12 is amazing, is it the best display on a mobile phone? No. That crown goes to the S24 Ultra because that anti-reflective display is just mind-blowingly good. Now, you know, one of the things I don't really like about this phone, and I'm just being honest, sorry, you know, but it's the backing. This phone has got to be the most slippery phone I have ever used. I'm not even exaggerating when I'm saying this. I'm not being sarcastic when I'm saying this. I'm legitimately saying this. This phone will slip out of your hand and put a hole in the wall. In fact, it's pretty much the only phone that I actually need a case. This is like one of those $6 Amazon cases, and it seems to be working fine, you know. I've dropped this phone so many times with this case, no issues. Why people buy $50 cases? I don't know. This is like $6. It works for me. But this phone is the only one that I need to put a case on because it's just impossibly slippery. I really do hope that OnePlus kind of decides to add a different coating to the back of the phone just for us people that love to use their phones without cases, even though it's very dangerous. So what about the performance and the battery life? Well, like I mentioned, this phone does come with a Snapdragon 8 Generation 3, which has been nothing but fantastic. Of course, you know, it's the best of the best. But, you know, I'm not really much of a mobile gamer, but, you know, when I want to kick back and play a few rounds of Call of Duty Mobile, yeah, man, this phone can handle it with ease. Of course, this is nothing surprising. This transfers over to real-life performance as well. This phone doesn't have any hiccups or, you know, weird performance issues, even with things like Wi-Fi performance and 5G performance. They've been both insanely good, which means less battery strain. Now, speaking of battery life, this phone is 100% the best phone that I've used when it comes to battery life. I mean, I'm constantly getting 8.5 hours of screen on time, and in fact, some days I don't even need to charge my phone at night. I just wake up with like 30-40% left, and then in the off chance that I do need to you know, charge up the phone really quickly, it comes with an 80-watt charger here in the States, which will get you from 0 to 100% in 30 minutes. That's unheard of here. I mean, heck, even the wireless charging is 50 watts. The wireless charging, just think about it. The wireless charging on this phone is faster than the S24 Ultra is wired. Something to think about, even though the selfie video is like really kind of okay at best. But the rest of the phone, amazing. So what about the cameras? They might be the best thing about this phone, I'm just being honest. I recently went on a trip to Washington, D.C., and I brought this phone with me because of its cameras. And, well, of course, the insane battery life. The photos this phone takes is how I wish all phones took photos. They're natural, you know, without being over sharpened to add detail that's not actually there. They look very neutral and just pleasing, all while capturing actual detail. Now, the main camera is 50 megapixels, the ultra wide is 48 megapixels, and the telephoto is 64 megapixels. And by the way, I'm really impressed with how well the telephoto camera performs, even at 6x. The photos have truly just incredible detail. Video performance is also top-notch with acceptable detail and zoom performance no matter what you're recording, and the stabilization definitely is no issue at all. By the way, it is really insane that it just so happened to be that my first time in DC I saw the presidential motorcade just by total accident. Huh. Dude, I wonder how many Secret Service agents had me like right in their crosshairs, you know what I mean? That's a dark thing to think about. We're moving on. So what OnePlus did with this phone, again, in its price tag, it's unheard of. Believe me, you cannot buy a better phone than this at this price, brand new. Sure, yeah, you could probably buy a used phone for maybe around the same price, but then you're gonna have to worry about maybe the battery capacity isn't as good, maybe it's a little scratched up here and there, or maybe, you know, the previous owner dropped it and it kind of fractured something on the inside, which will maybe impact the way you use your phone in the coming months. Obviously, buying new is like the best thing ever, and you cannot find for $699 a phone that competes with this. You just can't. Believe me, I tried. I mean, for $699, you're getting 512 gigabytes of storage, 16 gigabytes of RAM, an insane camera, crazy fast charging, crazy good display. I mean, it's a win-win. Now, the software experience with the OnePlus 12 is my absolute favorite out of any phone. You know, it has just the perfect amount of customization that comes straight out of the box with no other downloads required. With a tap and hold on the home screen, you can not only change the way the icons look, but also change the size of them and even the ability to remove the text, giving you a cleaner look. Or maybe you just want to change the way the transitions look while swiping on your home screen. I mean, this phone kind of just gives you all of that. Oxygen OS is just like one of the smoothest, if not the smoothest operating systems that I've personally used and reviewed. Now, I do admit the Nothing Phone 2 does come close, but this phone definitely tops it out. Now, if you have the OnePlus 12, definitely let me know your experience with the phone, good and bad, because I'm always curious to know what you guys think. And not only that, but people reading your comments will also have a good glimpse of like how, you know, does this phone is affecting different users, because different users are obviously using their phones, well, differently than other people. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, definitely click that like button. It's absolutely free to you, but it helps me and the channel out a lot, and I always truly appreciate it. And hey, if you're new here, consider subscribing. This was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.